Well, hello there, and this is Auntie, and I am here with my review of 90 Day Fiance, Before the 90 Days, Season 4, Episode 11, Private Eyes. If this is your first time being here, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And to all of my new subscribers, thank you all so much for joining the family. And to all of my nieces and nephews who have been here with me for the long haul, thank you all so much for your continued support. If I had to rate last night's episode, I would rate the episode a C. It was just too much foo-la-la going on the episode, and I just really wanted them to get down to the biz naive. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and finish, not finish, but even start this review. See, when I said finish, I was thinking about Yolanda and Darcy and people like that, and I'm like, why don't they just be done with this already, okay? I just don't think it's just too much more of this that we are going to be able to take from the fool-la-la of it all. So anyway, the first couple that I want to talk about is Yolanda and Williams. Yolanda is sitting down with her two children, and they have finally gotten to the point where, they have convinced her to let them do a picture search. And so we've seen this done many times on MTV's Catfish, where you put the person's image into the search engine, and then it pulls up, the origin of the photo. So, of course, we all know that Yolanda is still calling herself, believing that this is really a person, that this is really someone that she loves, and this was someone she was in a relationship with. And so they put the picture in, and it comes up as a stock image. And so Yolanda is not, computer savvy. She doesn't know the latest lingo and all of that. So she doesn't know really what that means. Her children have to tell her that, Mom, basically, this is a photo that people use to catfish people, or it's a photo that's been used many times before. It's out here on a free site where you can just go in and pull this joint off and use it at your leisure, and this proves that this guy's not real. So Yolanda's like, well, that was just one picture, put another one in. And so, of course, they go and they put another one in. Now, Yolanda is sitting there, and she's calm as a cucumber. And, she's just like, well, that was just one picture. Put another one in there. Let me tell you something. You can tell that this crap is fake, because I'm telling you, there's no way in the world that a black woman, who has been married to somebody for 30-some years, lost their husband, lost a whole lot of weight, getting their life together, isn't going to flick the hell off when they find out that this guy is not real and not true. I believe that Yolanda probably had her time of dealing with that. But I think that, it's just an irritant because they really want her to play dumb. And I just don't know if I can do it unless I am absolutely in... So anyway, they put another picture in. It comes up that it's also a stalk. So Yolanda says that, the children are asking Yolanda, Mom, do you agree? Do you believe that, this mofo is, catfishing you, that it's not real? And Yolanda says, well, if I wasn't talking to him, then who the hell was I talking to? Santa Claus, bitch! You've been talking to Santa. Make a list. Put it in the little box at Macy's, and that's who you've been talking to. Bitch, you've been talking to an unidentified mofo. Okay? It just is what it is, Yolanda. Come on now. I don't know why TOC is dragging this bull crap out. All right? God dang it. So anyway, she says that, she still wants to talk to him, although he has not been talking to her. And she says that she's going, that she believes that the truth is somewhere in the middle. Okay. The next person I want to talk about is Darcy. Darcy has had her visit from Tom. And, she feels like a big girl. She said that she is not going to allow anybody to hurt her again. We've seen Darcy in multiple relationships on this show. And, of course, this one is yet another failed one that she can put in her pocketbook. Okay? But Darcy has the key. Now, we remember last season that Tom gave Darcy a key and told her that this was the key to his home and the key to his house. And of course, we know that the key doesn't unlock anything, okay? But anyway, Darcy, took the key, and I guess she's been holding it around in her bedroom somewhere. It's still in the original box. So, like, who does that? But anyway, Darcy has decided that she is going to mail the key back to Tom. Meanwhile, in between, we see Tom. Okay, Tom is at a pub and he declares that he's free now. He's a free agent. He doesn't believe he's ever going to see Darcy again, and he doesn't want, to stunt his growth or his love life because of Darcy. He indicates that he met this other woman and that he did not pursue the relationship with this woman because he wanted to make sure that he ended everything with Darcy first. But the relationship was ended when Darcy left. I mean, let's just be honest. This mofo has not been returning Darcy's phone calls, really has not been in a true relationship with Darcy at all. And so for him to say that he met this woman and, he put her on hold until, he finalized everything with Darcy. Like, was that the best that they could come up with? But okay. So we see him at a pub. He calls a young lady on the phone and he tells her that he is free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty that he is free at last. And I mean, really, like, who cares? I'm sorry, y'all. For all of you all who are Darcy and Tom fans, I just can't waste my damn time. Like, the video's already be an hour long. I can't. I cannot take any more of my precious time spending on some BS bull story line that we didn't have. I mean, respect us. Show us more respect. Give us some stuff that is believable, that is pliable, that we can work with. Especially when you got all these damn couples that you got to go through to review. Whew. Anyway, anywho, that was my little rant. Okay, because I'm hot. And I'm going to move on. The next couple that I want to talk about is Varya and Jeffrey. Like, this episode was hilarious between the two of them. They wake up at the campground and Igor, his friend, had basically, booked this whole little thing for them so, they can get busy in the woods. And so Varya, was thankful that Igor had done this for them. And so they're in the woods and everything, and they're chilling up underneath the tent, under the stars, and they say that they have a very busy night tonight. So they go on, and they go into this little cabin, and this thing is called a banya, right? And so they in this cotton freaking banya, and it's like a sauna. So she was like, okay, Jeffrey, the first thing you got to do is get butt ass naked. So he was like, oh, okay, you do? And she was like, yeah. So of course, he was all for that. So they get butterball naked up in this sauna. And she says, he think that he is going to do it the old little, American way. Because that's all we know, bitch. But she says, I'm going to show him the Russian way. All right? Bitch, next thing I know, they butt naked and they go into the room and it's got this little oven on the outside. She said, I got to put a couple of more logs up in this mofo because I need to get it butt ass hot up in here since we butt ass naked. The next thing you know, they get, he goes in and he lays on the bed and she was like, I got something for you. I got something for you. So he like, all right then, baby, let's go on. Hold on, y'all. So she like, hold on, baby. What you doing, baby? She said, I got something for you. We about to do this the Russian way, right? So she gets two little things, two little branches off of a tree. Now, I started to bring some branches in here, but I said, I ain't going to be the one left behind having to clean that mess up. Next thing you know, he butt naked on the thing and she dip it down in some water and she just beating the stupid shit like that. This mofo is laying on the bed with his butt out and she is knick-knack, patty-whack, giving dog a bone up on his back. And I'm like, what is that? What is she doing? She says that this is healthy. I don't know if it's beating spirits out of him. I don't know what the hell is happening. But this girl is giving him 75 lashes on his back. So, I guess, it really is supposed to be healthy. So the next thing you know, he does it to her. So now he's beating her on her damn back, right? And I'm like, oh my God. So he's like, okay, well, what do we do next? So she was like, okay, now we jump and we swim. So he's like, okay. So they run outside. He butt naked. She got her panties on until she get to the dock of the bay. And then they jump into the water. And they just, having a wonderful time. And the both of them are wondering whether or not this is a viable relationship, whether or not they are each other's destiny, whether or not, they're going to stay together or what. But one thing about it is they do seem like they are growing closer to one another. I think that this is just Jeffrey's thing. I think he just likes to go out and date, I think he likes foreign women and he loves the hunt of that. But this woman, is really not sure whether or not she wants to be with him or whether or not she really wants to, take the risk of coming to the United States and really not knowing a lot about him. But I really do believe that she cares more about him than she is letting on that she does. He is absolutely smitten with her now. And so, of course, they have a couple of drinks and stuff like that, and they're sitting at the dock of the bay watching the clouds roll away, and he pulls out a ring, and he is ready to propose to her. She just doesn't know. She said that the ring was pretty, and then it flashed off the screen. For me, I'm just like, you know what? Everybody, some people can change. I don't know whether or not he can change. I know that there is that allegedly the two of them were not invited to the tell-all. I don't know why. Allegedly, they were not invited to the tell-all. As you all know, they have been filming the tell-all this weekend, last weekend, and then they're starting to, I believe it was either Saturday or Sunday, they are now starting to film the rest of 90 Day Fiance before the 90 days. I don't know if it's what's now or what's happening now or where the fuck are they now. I don't know what it is, but they have been doing a lot of taping in the last week. So, we're going to sit back and watch. Based on all the stuff that is going on in our country and across the world, I don't know what 90 Day Fiance is going to be able to do after we see 90 Day Fiance the other way, because mofos are just not moving back and forth. So I guess they're using their creativity. But as I said, allegedly they have been filming last week, and now they did it this weekend as well. So we'll see whether or not that was true. We'll be able to tell by the time frame. I'm sure that the tell-all is supposed to be, off the hook or whatever, but I can't give you all too many more spoilers. That's for my members. But anyway, I digress. So the next couple that I want to talk about is Stephanie and her, rainbow bright girlfriend. Of course, the two of them decided, Erica, the two of them have, made up again for the 1500th time. And now they're going to Erica's parents' house. Erica is basically wanting to tell her parents that she is bisexual and that Stephanie is there because they are in a relationship. She said that she doesn't really want this relationship to continue on without, them, being upfront and really solidifying the relationship with their family. Because their friends already know about it, but their parents don't. So Erica is going back and forth, and Stephanie, has some Bath and Body Works candles and lotions and stuff like that for her mom. And I thought that was a nice gesture. It was better than what Jeffrey did, okay? But anyway, she has some things for the mom, and she's like, you're bolder than me. I tried to come out to my mother and tell my mother that I was bisexual, but I wasn't able to do it. So, I'm going to, support what you do. And so she's like, okay. So they get to the house, and on the way, while they're driving there, Stephanie asked Erica, are you sure this is something that you want to do? Is there anything that will cause you not to do it? And she was like, if the vibe isn't right. And so we get into Erica's house and we meet her parents, and her parents are cool in the gang. Like, they are funny. They Abbott and Costello. Okay. I mean, they are just funny. The father is full of life and everything, and they make them feel very welcome. And he asks, them, how's everything been going? Have they been having a great time? He asked Stephanie, what have you been doing? And the first thing she starts talking about is her illness. Okay, the father didn't ask you that, bitch. He asked you, was you having a good time? So, I mean, so he was like, is this something that you born with, or it just show up all of a sudden? And she was like, it just shows up all of a sudden. So the father was okay. So he was like, baby, let me ask you, baby girl, are you having a good time? One thing about parents is they are able to cut past all of the bull crap, and they're able to see your heart. And her parents basically saw her heart. Her dad kind of felt like, even though she was smiling and everything, that there was something behind it. And so basically, she decided that she was going to tell her parents that she was bisexual. And her father was like, okay, I mean, it's no big deal. It's no big deal. I mean, this is just information. So she's like, Dad, I thought you was going to jump like out of a window or something. And the dad was like, well, why would I jump out the window? The mother was like, I already knew. I figured you like rainbow bright like this. You got all these different colors on. A mom always knows. And I really do believe that whether or not parents want to accept it or whether or not they want to admit to it, I do believe that there's certain things and certain signs that you get, certain checks in your heart that you get about your children, and regardless of whether or not it's a spoken thing or not, you basically know what's going on with your children. Now, if you are estranged from your kids and you find out, then you shocked because you really don't know your kids. But if you had an opportunity to raise your children, okay, you already know. And the mother was like, I know. The parents was like, it's no big deal. All we want is for you to be happy, which is what all parents want for their children. It's just for them to live a better life and to be happy living the life that they are living. So she basically, got all scar-free, and she was smiling and grinning and everything. But it's not a good vibe or relationship. I'm glad she had the opportunity to tell her parents, but I really don't see Stephanie really being interested in her. I think that she makes all kinds of excuses. It's just the way that she doesn't look at her. She's trying to look sexy at her, but, she ain't really giving nothing up. Last week she made a comment and said, I know on my YouTube channel that I appear perfect and everything, but I'm not. And I'm thinking to myself, when do you look perfect on who thinks that you're perfect? I mean, this girl really, there's ways about her and other people on this show, and they look down on foreigners and believe that they're above things. And I'm just like, you're not above anything, sweetie pie. Like, seriously, you're not. Okay? But anyway, we're going to move on from that damn couple, because I'm telling y'all now, these other couples, like, I'm so sick of these. But y'all, Dave. Dave is back home. He is at the airport in Vegas. And his little chicklet ass friend that came and picked him up. That mofo's teeth look like some damn chiclets. Bitch, they look alike. I said, wait a minute. When he smiled, even though they white, his damn teeth are like speed bumps, bitch. When he open his mouth and smile like that, and then he like that, it make you skirt and smooth go slowly over there. I said, wait a minute, hold on. Oh, okay. They like speed bumps in the middle of the road. Them bitches make you slow down. Now, if you keep going fast over when you see his teeth, bitch, you're crashing and you're burning. Because I said, what the hell is going on in his mouth? I mean, it just make you pause. Okay, now proceed with caution. Because you don't know if them bitches going to fall out. You don't know if they going to cut his bottom lip. Like, you don't know what's going to happen. So you just got to proceed with caution over that joint to make sure that you don't crash or burn and tear nothing up in your vehicle. Do you understand? Nothing up in your mind, but you just don't want to lose it. So anyway, his friend is there and he like, man, you look like you worn out. So David's like, yeah, I'm tired. I'm ready to snatch this toupee off my head and I'm just ready to be bought about and ready to go home. So, he's in the car and he's like, man, what happened? So he tells him basically that Lana didn't show up again. This is the 4th time that Lana didn't show up. And he said, she didn't give me the right address. And so his friend was like, okay, I mean, of course she didn't give you the right address. So, of course, he tells him that a man answered the door. And this man, had been living there since 1995. And he ain't never even seen anybody in his building that even remotely looks like her. And so, he has to accept the fact that he's at the wrong place in the wrong time. So the dude was like, his friend was like, come on, man. I mean, Dave, at this point, the bitch is not real. And so Dave was like, she's real. I've been in a relationship with this woman for 7 years online, and she's real. You know what I'm saying? And so his friend was like, I mean, but you done got stood up 4 times. You don't know her. So Dave says, I haven't met her. He said, bitch, I know her, but I haven't met I haven't met her, and I'm saying, damn, I'm trying to tell y'all right now, I have got to let my fingers do the typing because, bitch, she got this man convinced that he is totally in a relationship, a full-blown relationship with her, and he don't want to believe nothing else. So his friend was like, look, me and all your friends see you are getting gagged. This chick is not real. Dave was ready to jump across the room on his friend, okay? Now, you know that your friend been taking care of your cat, okay? When he came through the door, the cat was still fat. The cat was just, just purring and everything. And I said, bitch, you been taking care of the guy. And so my daughter was like, Mommy, the teeth man been doing it. So I was like, oh, okay, Mr. Teeth. So Mr. Teeth, basically, helping and everything. But Mr. Teeth realizes that Dave is down, going down a wrong path and that this girl is not real. He realizes that this is the scam. Nobody believed when Dave was going out there that Dave was really going out there to meet a real chick anyway. But you know what? The hell with it. Dave said, I'm going. The next thing you know, Dave tells his friend that he's going to hire a private detective to find out the hell has been going on with Lana. Because not only did Lana not meet him, but Lana went black on his ass. She ain't been back on the computer typing or nothing. And so his friend was like, I mean, don't waste your time. Don't waste your money on that. But Dave was like, I got to do what I got to do. So, at this point, let him do what he got to do. So he decides that he's going to hire a private detective to find out because he said the bitch is shy. You feel sorry for him, but you really can't feel sorry for him because he's just a fool. This girl ain't shy. This this girl is bold. She's probably doing all kinds of online stuff and tricks and stuff like that for you. Ain't nothing shy about Lana, bitch. She's a man on the other end. Lana's a man, bitch. She's a man, and it's a man in a room with a whole bunch of people like them damn telemarketers, and bitch, they having a whole relationship. They done switched the generations on your ass, okay? It's been 7 years. First you was talking to granddad. Now you're talking to granddad's, your great-great-dad. You were talking to, come on, bitch, these are men. But anyway, so he hires a detective, and he calls Teef. Teef is his wife Wiggy over there. And so Wiggy comes in, okay, Wiggy wrinkle Wiggy. And so, she's there to interpret because he hired someone in Russia to, in the Ukraine to find out what the hell happened. So, she's sitting there and everything. She like, Wiggy, wrinkle Wiggy here. I'm here, to serve and protect, bitch. Let's get the man on the phone. So they get the investigator on the phone and everything, and he gets to speaking, in Russian, and she's listening to everything that he is saying and everything, and she says, well, basically, bitch, what he said was, she's a fake. And not only is she a fake, but she has multiple men that she is talking to, okay? And so he was like, that's a lie. Dave said, that's a lie. That ain't her page. What? That ain't her page. That's not her. She's shy, bitch. She ain't dating nobody else. There's nobody else in her life. So she said, well, look, Dave, I'm just telling you what the mofo said. Don't kill the messenger. I'm just telling you that the mofo said she been dating multiple men from all over the world. She got multiple sites, but the bitch is using the same exact picture, okay? So Dave is like, ain't no way. Ain't no way, okay? This is a lie. You're lying your ass off. And she's like, I'm telling you right now, why the fuck would you call me over here and ask me to interpret if you had already made up your mind? What was the purpose of you hiring a detective if you already know the answer, mofo? Inspector Gadget ass bitch. Why would you call? Why would you even waste your time? So Dave is upset. Dave said that he's lying. He don't know her. He don't know Lana like he know Lana. Bitch, don't nobody know Lana like you know Lana. You don't even know Lana or Lana the way that you think you know Lana. But he is determined that he is not going to admit. He cannot allow his mind. Do you hear what I'm saying? He's not going to allow his mind to convince him or to let him feel this. Like, I think that this bitch will go off, okay? Like, people like this, you gotta watch him with your eye like that. You can't even be faking like you got to be watching them up for like Ash. You understand what I'm saying? Dave went off and was like, this, I'm telling you right now, he's lying. He don't know what he's talking about. He's incompetent. I want my money back, bitch. I don't. And so the woman was like, let me tell you, Ukraine women do this all the time. This is a scam. They are scamming you. You will never be able to meet Lana. But Inspector or not, he truly believes that this girl is the love of his life, and he wants the two of them to make a decision about what they're going to do about the relationship. Bitch, the decision has already been made. And it's so sad to watch him and Yolanda because these are older people, okay? I swear, I hope I don't be like that, when I cross over to that other mark, but all right. I just don't know what to say. The next person, bitch, is that I want to talk about is Ashton Avery. Of course, for all of you all who pay attention, Ash has disappeared off of Instagram. He said that he needed to take some time off to do some reflection. But Ash, we all know that this mofo got out there today or even yesterday and said that the reason why he has not been watching the show is because he could not believe that his eyes were as big as they were and he was uncomfortable watching himself. Then he does another video on Instagram on how to properly be in an argument or a disagreement with your significant other. Bitch, whose video did you plagiarize this one off of? Okay? I'm sitting up there, and usually when I go out there and I see these clips like this, I don't comment. And I'm not a big commenter on YouTube, and I'm not a big commenter on Instagram. But bitch, I was like, Ash, who the fuck you playing with? Like, I had to straight up say, Ash, like, who the fuck you talking to? Bitch, we saw you in Romper Room. So, as we know, Ash is outside with Avery. They have just left the seminar that this mofo bombed. Like, he did a horrible time. Number one, he didn't want to be told that he was wrong. He didn't want to be challenged by women. Because, see, he got all of these boxes, and these bitches got into his nothing box. You understand what I'm saying? They came in with all of the, their little haywire stuff, and they got into this bitch nothing box and realized that he really was nothing. He wasn't a counselor. He wasn't a couples counselor. He wasn't a sex counselor. He didn't write his own stuff, allegedly. He's been plagiarizing somebody else's nothing box. So he bombed out. So, of course, Avery is over there, okay? Now, she is real judgmental. But she told us a couple of weeks ago that it was going to get hot and heavy between the two of them. So, the both of them are outside, and she's confronting him and saying, you just seem like, the things that you were saying was really sexist. You didn't have your shit together. You was bombing out. I had to tell you to do, the 5 love languages. You went in there. You was combative with the women and everything. So, of course, Ash doesn't have a comeback for it because right now his heart and his chest is feeling as tight as his jeans. You understand what I'm saying? He walking on pegs, bitch. I'm telling you, he walking on pegs. Them pants is so tight he can't think. So when the women were approaching him and saying the things that they were saying to him and challenging everything, he couldn't get this up on his cell phone fast enough. He tried to step over to the side and pull up the video clips and of the individual that he allegedly plagiarized his work, but he couldn't get it to come up fast enough. So when he went outside, he was like, I'm fucking up. And she was like, look, just do the 5 love languages. But when they got outside, she checked his ass and everything, and he didn't want to be checked. So, he tells her, I feel like you attacking me. You're not being fair and all of this kind of stuff. And so he starts walking away. And so she's like, well, what the hell is going on? What is going on, Ash? So Ash is walking, and she's walking behind him. He goes to get into the car, and she's like, what? And so the producers run up on him, was like, the fuck is you doing? Where are you going? And so, he's standing there, and his eyes is looking at Avery like, whew, can I get a big hold on? But that ain't because he don't feel good and he got to, that's because he mad as hell and he about to kirk out. This ain't got nothing to do with his thyroids. Bitch about to kirk out. It was like they had to smack him into place. This mofo, my daughter pointed out, Mom, why did he change out of his sweat jacket to put on a suit jacket? I said, what do you mean? She was like, he changed. So I was like, okay, let's rewind, because we were trying to figure out, was it another day? Did this happen at another time? The fuck happened? So we rewinded back. He has on a gray hoodie. She got on a gray sweater. He goes to the car. They slap him back and tell him, bitch, we're not finished filming. He changes into his suit jacket that he was wearing when he was at the seminar. It was like, he had to change it to his Batman suit. So he comes over there with his suit jacket on, his little rush shirt, and Avery is sitting there like, this done crazy. Like, this bitch done lost his mind. So, he's like, you embarrass me. You ain't had my back. I bombed out. I was terrible. But I felt like you attacked me. She was like, look. I wasn't trying to attack you. You attacked me. That's how I felt. And I'm a biatch, so I'm going to tell you that that's how I felt. So she was like, look, do I make you feel like a woman? Do I make you feel like a woman? Do I make you feel good? Do I take care of you? Do I make you feel safe? I'm like, bitch, this is not West Side Story. So she's like, yeah, but only because I'm not having those difficult conversations with you. I've been pacifying you and allowing you to do and say what you want to do to try to keep the peace. But here it is. I see you in front of other women and all the red flags that have been bouncing up, just was waving, okay, like the 4th of July. And so he, of course, gets angry about it. He takes this back to the Airbnb. And, of course, now he done got up and now he real pissed. Now he's sitting up there. He's so pissed off about his failures because here's the thing. Everything that Ash projected onto Avery was how he felt about those women. He is one of those men who feels like he cannot be challenged by a woman. And the women in the room challenged him on everything. He had not done his work. He did admit to Avery that he knew he bombed out, but his ego was in the way. So here he now has misdirected anger. He wants to direct all his anger at Avery, saying that Avery didn't have his back. Bitch, Avery told you, look, I ain't telling you to quit. I'm telling you, go back in there and try to get it together. Do the 5 love languages, something because you don't have anything that's original. Everything that you have allegedly is being plagiarized. You didn't have your script together and you couldn't, the Wi-Fi wasn't working in the building. And so you wasn't able to pull your stuff up. But instead he goes and he tells her that, she didn't have his back. And his ego was broken. And he needed her to cuddle him and to kiss his tail and to tell him that he was still grand and wonderful, although he wasn't. But kid, this woman has already had her suspicions because she said that he always has the perfect answer. He always says exactly what it is that he believes you want to hear. He had 65 emails or text messages from other women, but yet he wanted her, excuse me y'all, yet he wants her to, stop it already. And so, of course, he's crying because he's more embarrassed than anything. And I really, truly believe, and a lot of people believe, that that's why he left Instagram, because people were out there searching and they found that the speech that he had given about the man with the mini boxes was a speech that had been given years ago by another gentleman. And so, of course, he got ghosts on Instagram and just disappeared all of a sudden. Bitch, come on, be your genuine self. She realizes now that she doesn't want to have this conversation with him anymore because it's not going anywhere. He starts throwing a tantrum. He says he snatches his mic off and says that he can't be with her, someone who doesn't believe in him, someone who doesn't care. And she is sitting there in utter shock at the man that has shown up in the room. He is acting like a straight up baby. Wants somebody to kiss his ass. Ain't nobody gonna kiss your ass, young. You fail fair and square. You don't take allegedly somebody else's stuff and use their stuff and think that you're gonna be the best at it. You're only the best at what's original. Okay, if I was to come out here and act like I was somebody else, guess what? I wouldn't be the best and I wouldn't feel the best. And I would be stumbling and bumbling and doing all kinds of stuff. You know what I mean? And you all would be able to read that I'm being disingenuous, and you will be able to read that I don't know what the hell I'm talking about if I come out here and be a parakeet listening to somebody else's review and not giving my own true feelings and review about a show that I sat and watched and rewinded. Like, come on. You can't, you never can win when you're dirty. In my Nene Leakes voice. All right. So this Avery says she's done. He leaves out with his bags and everything, and we'll see what happens next. The next couple that I want to talk about is Dirty Girl Lisa. Okay. Dirty Girl Lisa and Soulja Boy are leaving his hometown. They are now flying to another part of Nigeria so that they can do the marriage license so that they can be married. He's in the car. I'll be there for you. Anything you want, I'll be there for you, girl. Okay. So they're riding around and they're going to this office. But before they even get there, last week, they ended with Lisa walking around and giving Soulja Boy, walking away and giving Soulja Boy the finger, because he said that he wants to be a hustler. I think man. He feels like he needs to be in charge. He needs to be the man in the relationship and not her. Man, let me tell you something. If you two can flap both of y'all penises out, Lisa's dick bigger than yours. I'm sorry. Let's just go ahead on and tell the truth. Lisa's dick is bigger than his. So Lisa says that he's talking stupid. She walks away. She walks to the van and she's about to leave up out of there. He runs behind her because he said, I cannot watch the United States walk away from me like that. He said, this is a bigger thing for me, okay? So he walks and he says, Lisa, do you think that you're ready for this? Lisa said, I'm ready for this. But you be talking crazy stuff. That stuff that you be talking, I don't want to hear that. Okay? I'm an American woman. And I'm not a Nigerian. I'm an American woman. You're going to be marrying and having an American wife. Okay? So, I'm telling you, when you beating your chest, I'm beating mine. All right? So he was like, look, I'm going to take down. She said, this relationship 50-50. And we got to have communication. Because communication is the thing. It's the glue. It's a tic-tac. It's the knick-knack. It's a, I'm hoping I'm making sense. Because I'm an American woman. You know what I'm saying? You never going to be able to get nobody like me. I'm an American woman. I'm not Nigerian. Because over in America, we run our men. You see what I'm saying? We put ropes around their neck and we drag their asses, okay? That's why they got the ball and chain. Because we the masters. And so he said, just for America, I'm going to go ahead on. I'm going to be 60. You're going to be 40. But he had already said that their differences are too far apart for them to have a healthy relationship. He already said that if he marries Lisa, okay, that he really believes that he's going to be miserable for the rest of his mother life, okay? So he already knows. But he believes that the prize of him being successful, a successful recording artist in the United States, is worth him taking down. So, of course, they are riding, and she has that red dress on, and, they get to, this place. I can't remember what it was, and she says, oh, we're here. And, you can see her nose go up, and, her feeling like this place is a dump and everything. And she says it looked like it was 1975. And you can just see the heartiness in her, like you really could see it. And so they get there and they tell, Usman tells the guy that, they want to be married. And so he said, that's fine. We're going to put something out on the wall, a petition out on the wall to let everybody know that you're getting married. And we want to give any of the women who are married to you an opportunity to say, I am married to him. And so he was like, well, I haven't been married. He said, but she has, and she is divorced. He said, so where's the divorce decree? Do you have the divorce decree with you? And so she was like, no, it's in Pennsylvania. It's in the USA. And so he said, well, if it ain't here, bitch, you're not getting married. And so, of course, Lisa, being the American woman that she is, that's better than the Nigerian women that got it together. All right? She's all that and a bag of chips, bitch. She didn't know that she had to have a divorce decree, that she had to prove that she was divorced. So she says to Soulja Boy, I told you to get me the information. But he don't run nothing, right? You run everything. It's 50-50. Isn't that what you said? It's not 60-40, 70-30, 80-20. It's 50-50. So why didn't you do your own research, American woman? You got it all together. You better than everybody else. Why would you rely on him to do it? All it took was a click of your American fingers, bitch, to go out there and search and find out what you needed to find out. Did you need to have a divorce decree? Did you need your social security number, your birth certificate? What did you need in order to be married? You know that you were married. But here's the thing. Where everybody got the game all twisted. There have been pictures that have been going around on social media, okay? Hi, boo, I'm about to spill your tea. There have been pictures that have been going around on social media about Lisa being with her ex-husband in the store. That is not Lisa's ex-husband. That is Lisa's current boyfriend. Current boyfriend. So while Lisa was out there chilling in Africa, who was at home taking care of Lisa's daughter? I'll wait. Now, boo, I ain't going to spill all your tea, but I am going to spill that. Because, see, while you playing all these different men, okay? While you playing all these games and doing all this dirty stuff, you should have been doing your homework. Instead of having one man take care of your kids while you run to another man that you think is going to be the one to be your golden ticket. See, you needed him just as much as he needed you. That's why you went to Nigeria. But what you going to do with the one you got now? If y'all look clearly at the pictures, you can see that the man that is allegedly Lisa's ex-husband and the man in the picture are two different mofos. They don't all look alike. And neither do we. That's another man. It's another man. So you needed him. So you should have did your own homework. Because who do you think had access to the paperwork to send the paperwork back to Africa for her to get married? I'll wait on that too. See, while you running around and while you running around and you harassing people, you got girlfriends, allegedly, they can't stand your ass. You got girlfriends and co-workers that's dropping your tea. that you got a whole man living with you. You're worrying about the enemy out here, the 90 Day Fiance fans. But you ain't looking at your girlfriends that can't stand you, that said that since you got back home, you think you're all that. You done made enemies amongst your friends, the one that had your back. So now they out here telling your tea to Auntie, spilling all your tea. So what you gonna do with the man that your girlfriend said is living with you? What you gonna do with him? I'll wait. What you gonna do? You have no intention of flying your husband here? Do you have are you legitimately married? Or are y'all just playing this game? Yeah, I said it. You done made enemies amongst your friends, boo. Your friends can't stand your ass. You think they're your friends? They ain't your friends like that. Tell them bitches stay out my DMs. Tell them bitches I'm not interested. Check your girlfriends. The ones that's smiling in your face and laughing and kikiing. Check them. And so the last couple that I want to talk about is Ed and Rose. Ed, my daughter said, Mommy, he is a sex tourist. Now, I saw that in the comments, but I didn't know what it meant because I'm an old school. I'm an old head. So I really don't, I don't know. So I'm just like, oh, okay, well, what's that, Pooh? So, Pooh tells me, what it is and everything, for y'all that have heard me talk in the background to my daughter, I call her Pooh. So I was like, Pooh, what is it? So, she told me what it was and everything. And I was like, that's exactly what he is. So we see him, at the resort and everything. He comes out with Mona Lisa, Rose. And she's still feeling some kind of way. She feeling some kind of way from the night before when he, had these allegations against her sister. Rose is thinking about the toothbrush and everything else that happened. But she said, you know what? He brought me this brand new bathing suit. I'm going to break this bitch in. So, him and Rose go and, they splashing in the pool and everything. And I just thought it was just a little bit too X-rated. When they showed his stomach, I felt like he needed a bra on. I felt like, I felt like they allowed too much nudity. You understand what I'm saying? I felt like Marley sized him up, boo. Get him down there to Georgia, fit him. Something. This bitch needs Spanx, a scuba suit, or something on, because when they got up underneath that water and that mofo jumped in there like that, and the whole pool just swallowed his ass up, and Rose, from the current almost drowned bitch, and they was in there flipping and flashing, and she was up on his belly like that, and I was just like, oh my God, this is too much. Like, Pooh, turn your head. I know you're 21, but turn your head, because this is just a little bit too much, right? So, he's splashing around and, he all, kissing on her. She just, get it together. So they come back, and have a seat. And Ed says, Rose, I got to tell you something. So Rose was like, oh, my God, what now? So he's like, remember when you said that you wanted to have 2 kids? Well, I don't want any children. So Rose was like, what, come again, what? He was like, I don't want any more children. I have a daughter who's 29 years old. I've experienced, raising a child and why I thought it was a beautiful thing and I enjoyed every 2 seconds of it. I've decided that I don't want a child. And so she was like, I don't understand what you said. He said, because he had told her, that he was trying to get a vasectomy. So she was like, I don't understand. I do not understand. So he said, it's a little snip snap. I said, he can't describe that any better than that. He gonna tell her it's a snip snap? Bitch, what is a snip snap? So he tells her that it's a snip snap and that, this snip snap is gonna cause him not to be able to get her pregnant. So Rose was like, what? Why you not tell me before? Rose, why you just tell me now? You just sit here and tell me this now? How many times I tell you that I want a baby? And now you sit here in front of me, in front of all of these cameramen, and you tell me, you know what, Ed? This is my dream. I give you a chance to think about it. He said, I don't need an opportunity to think about it. I know I don't want no more kids. She said, I'm very, 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 very. Bitch, I'm very, very upset, disappointed, am I? I need time to think about this. That's what I need. So he said, okay, go ahead and take all the time you need. Man, Ed got up in the morning, drawers all up in the crack of his ass. Rose gone. Rose done bounced about that joint. So Ed is looking around. He tells the crew he hoped that she didn't leave him. He said at first, he was the one thinking that she was pressed for him. And now the shoes is on the other foot, bitch. And now he is falling in love with Rose and he want Rose. He ain't in love with Rose. He ain't even in love with himself. Getting up looking like that every morning. Bitch, you don't know love. What love got to do with it? So, he goes down and he's looking, all around the resort. He knows she ain't gone nowhere because TLC, first of all, ain't gonna let her. Okay? And second of all, he got all the flight information, so she gonna stay there for the vacation. So he's sitting out there, worried about whether or not Rose is coming back and all of this kind of stuff. And so we see Rose, coming up to yonder. I'm coming up to yonder. So she's coming on up and everything. She sit down. And the Wild West music start playing. Woo! So Ed was like, where you go? Rose, I was concerned. I got up this morning and you wasn't there. Are you okay? I told you I had to think. I had to think. So, I think. Why you not tell me before you get here that you don't want no kids? Well, I didn't, I was scared. Why tell me before you get here that you don't want no kids? Why tell me? So Ed was like, oh, this is getting serious. Well, Well, I'm 54 years old. She said, why? I said, why? You know, tell me before you get here. Didn't I tell you before I get here that my dream? Well, you know, I wanted to, you know, get to know you, and I wanted you to get to know me. Oh, I know you. Oh, I know you. I think. See, how do I put this in English? Okay? Because y'all know Rose was sitting up there on the side. Okay? Now, I know y'all see me sitting on the side like this. Then how Rose was. Rose was on the side. Rose said, I'm about to read this month right here. I'm about to have at it. I'm going ham on this ass. And only the way that I can do it. Rose said, I know you. I think. See, first you lie to me about your height. Did y'all see when she shifted in the chair? You know when a woman get real pissed off with you and they about to go off on your ass, they shift in the chair. Rose said, first, you lied to me about your height. Then, yeah, you lied to me about, you talk about my breath. You give me toothbrush for my breath. Then, you talk about my sister. You think that I want your money, Ed. Then, you lie about your money. See, Ed sat there and told her that he only had enough money and enough love in his heart to take care of her and Prince because he wasn't rich. She said, I know that. Rose said, you lied to me about everything. You lied to me about your height. You lied to me about your status. You asked me to take an STD test. You talked about my sister. You made me shave my hair off my mofo legs. And then, bitch, you said that my breath was stinking. And now here it is you lying about whether or not you want to have a baby. I'm done. Rose said, I'm done. You act like me and my sister say. You act like I want your money, Ed. You lie to me about you talk about my breath when you know damn. Wait a minute. Shit, I almost made it. You talk about my breath when you know damn well my stomach. Rose said, you know damn well I got a sour stomach. And you gonna sit up there and talk about me like that and embarrass me. She said, that was it. I'm done. Ed was sitting there. Oh my God. You could have brought him for a penny. The shoe is on the other foot. Rose said, you have done the most. And I am done. Bravo. I'm telling you right now. All the women independent, throw your hands up at me. What? I'm trying to tell you. Every Beyonce world, who runs the world? Girls. And like every song that empowers black women, white women, Asian women, Philippine women, women of all nations, all nationalities, all creeds, and all colors came out when Rose was like, I'm done. I was like, go Rose. You did it for all of us. That mofo finally got handed his ass, and I was happy about that. Again, if I had to rate this episode of 90 Day Fiance before the 90 Days, season 4, episode 11, Private Eyes, I will rate it a C. Please let me know down in the comments section what you would rate this particular episode, okay? And y'all, we're going to go and watch this other new little thing. Thank you all so much for being out here, all 839 of you all. I really do appreciate you all coming to the live. I love you all to pieces, and I will talk to you all real soon. Mwah!